Okay, here we are following this blinking star or asterism, and well, it looks like it's just the garden still, but at night, and this light source froze in place. All right, so what this experiment is darkening the whole sky, which of course I didn't do, but that we could do in the studio, and having these two poles, excuse me, poles. One's a shepherd jay or cane, and then another is a pole. And what's interesting is based on where this light is, we could see a straight line of sight where this pole and this pole cast one shadow. So that's just based on this rose line alignment. Now, this experiment, which looks like an L, is called about to Q Lu, okay, as in L.O.U.I, with of course an eastern cardinal direction point, which is this way right now. So there's our L, and it's backwards. Maybe it's a J, okay? And the experiment in the daytime is where these units, these marks, are cast at 20 inches apart and another 20. Okay, so we're trying to keep it simple in the units of 10, I.O., that's binary code. And here's a right angle, and then if this other ruler simply flipped over, we would have what's known as a right angled tau. This thing tends to move a little, like it has life, and it's true, it actually does, because the sun revolves around the earth. So this unit of 10 and 10, 20, with this right angle here in a corner where we, plant the acorns, I should say, is one where we will want to watch the sun and see how the path of these shadows, which are 20 inches, these poles which are 20 inches apart, will cast on the plane. And what's interesting is how that appears from the observation point where we try to achieve, for example, there's this 10-inch gap again, where we try to achieve 10 inches units worming across that pole. Now that'll be interesting. And the other part that we could do tonight is to actually take this third pole, the pole that has the light source casting the light down, and move it and watch what happens. So this is an arc, a double metaphor, because we're looking at one, and now we're going to make an arc with the light, like the sun would. So watch that shadow, and we could see the manifestation of change from the pith or the V point, the intersecting point of both posts. So you see the shadows change. Those are type of Dell operator units, and so yeah, you can see how when the light moves, so do the shadows.